So if you've been watching my channel, you know for the last few years I've been taking this old Ford truck, putting it in the front yard, cleaning it up, putting Santa Claus in it, decorating it and all that nice stuff. Well, this year people have been asking if I'm going to do it, and I do want to decorate the front yard, but also kind of like to change things up a little bit. And I'm hoping that during the Christmas season I can get some work done on this truck and we can actually work on getting this thing back on the road. And when they're up front being a Christmas decoration, you can't really work on them. So this year I'm thinking of using my old Chevy here. 46 Chevy, kind of looks the part. We definitely got some cleaning up to do, but I think this is what I'll loan out to Santa this year. Got some work to do to get it ready, but all in all, this year I think this is going to be the ticket. Next year, who knows? And just for giggles, when I first got the idea, it was going to be that Fairlane. Anyway, let's get the old Chevy in good enough shape where it can go in the front yard. Alright, now one of the things I really want to address is this rough spot right here. And I'm ultimately building this into a rat rod. So that means my sheet metal work consists of license plates. And I got a couple motorcycle plates because I thought with a smaller size, you'd be able to see them, add a little more character with this. But also, they're both blue and white. I wanted a third one. I had a little trouble finding them. So, anyway, I decided I was going to make my own hand at making my own. This is just some stickers I put on some orange aluminum, painted it black. And I'll come touch up where it's needed. But I'm going to also see what shows. Am I entirely thrilled about how this came out? No, but heck, always trying something new. So just stick it up here. And as you can see, that looks fine. Most of it's hidden. And I'm just going to put a couple screws in just to hold it in place. Use these Phillips with a little flat button head on them. That'll work. Yeah, go get a different driver. This one did. Different driver. Continue. Moses. In the world. I'll put one right here. Yeah, so that was close. There we go. All right. And my last one is this chewed up Rhode Island. I think I'll share the hole here. Alright, and there we go. Fits to the license plates and whatever you call that, close enough. I'm going to call that good for now. Alright, now when I go to repair the rockers, I'm going to take this off and I'll do a better job. But for now, holding this on just to clean up the look so it doesn't look so terrible, I think that'll do the job. Alright, so we got that molding on the same way. I just had a little more rocker on this side, so it's 4 screws instead of 3. But now, that wheel, I don't have the ability to put a hubcap on it. So, I'm going to do something about that. Alright, so there's tabs inside this area that hold these hubcaps on. Yeah, another rat rod hubcap, I know. And some of the wheels, probably the original ones to the car, still have the tabs. I'm thinking that one's not original, but this one is. And that kind of shows me how these tabs go on. Looks like on the raised areas, you go and it kind of hits the inner rim and then has a piece that goes up and snaps it. I should be able to do that. We gotta do something about this flat tire. And it's kind of sad, because this tire don't even have a mile on it. It's just quite old. Now, of course, the correct way to repair this is to put a new tire on it. That's not going to happen until I have this car ready to go on the road. And as you've seen, this car is a good ways from that. So rather than have them dry out in my driveway, just going to keep using this till the time comes. So I'm using a product called Tire Jet. I don't know, I put it in my dad's lawnmower, but I had never had a chance to try it out myself. It was recommended by another YouTuber, so I'll give it a shot. He said this is like the one to use. I'd never heard of it before. That syringe holds 2 ounces at a time. I'm going to put 5 ounces in this tire based off what it says on the package. And it's probably got more than that in there just because it's leaking down as I'm doing this. Now, the downside is I don't have anything else that sits log. So it's not like I could put this on and run it up and down the driveway around the block or something. I'm just going to have to roll it by hand and hope that's enough. So we shall see. I don't feel like revving up the big compressor right now, so I'm going to use my little one. Going to put 27 pounds in this because, well, I think that's all it needs. Alright, so I got it pumped up to 20 pounds. I just decided that was enough. And I'm just going to hand roll it up and down the driveway 5-10 times. Hopefully that'll seal it. Alright, so last night I rolled this thing up and down the driveway like 5 times. Which, when you're talking about a 200-foot driveway, 400 feet each lap, what does that come to? About 2,000 feet? That's over a quarter mile. So anyway, again, wish this was a hub-centric wheel, but it's not. Now I cap things off. Okay, so we need a license plate on the front. And I just stuck this nonsense on there. This is just, this is a plate I got at a swap meet. It doesn't go to anything. But funny thing is, written on the back, Chevy, 1948. At the time I thought this was a 48. Turns out it's a 46, but still, that's cool. But I want to stick something up here that's just a little more festive. Alright, so here we are. This right here is what I chose for license plate. This is actually the exact same one I've been putting on the truck past couple of years. Just one night after I was decorating it, I thought to myself, I wonder if they make a North Pole license plate. They do. The inspiration stickers, they look realistic. And there are a few scripts I had the option of, but like Santa Claus, that looked like way too much on the license plate. This with the 2 letters and then the 4 letters and a little space, I thought this looked pretty realistic. So that's what I went with. So the easy part first, I guess, putting this on. Alright, so I got my washer back there. And tighten the nut as much as I can. Hopefully this carriage bolt will grab. Ah, you need a deep well, buddy. I'll be back. Let's see how my luck goes with this. Got my deep well. And that right there is the whole reason I want a carriage bolt, just to sit flush. Now let's see, line that one up. Oops, forward. Same thing with this one. There we go. So we got a license plate on there, St. Nick. And I got a tennis ball. See what my dogs bring me? So anyway, now this bumperette, we gotta do something with this, because this just will not pass muster. Especially when you consider how rusty this bolt is. This is how we're gonna do it. Pull it out safely with a vice grip. Now, alignment with the bumper support isn't the best. We'll fix that while we're at it. Yeah, we'll get that. But back in the garage, I gotta do some work on the carriage bolt to hold that in before we install it. Alright, meanwhile, back at the ranch, oh, I guess this is a garage, I got that bumper horn here, and none of the carriage bolts that they had the other night at Lowe's really worked. So I had 2 options. I could either go through and look and order something, wait for it to get here, or I could modify something they had. Modifying's what we're doing. Alright, so I repositioned a little bit so y'all could see. But in here, it's kind of a big opening and a slot, kind of mushroom shaped. And it's supposed to go in there and then hold these pieces of the carriage bolt in that slot. However, the ones that would stick in that slot won't fit in here, and vice versa. The ones that fit in here, the slot won't hold them. So what's the boy to do? Well, I'm going to modify my carriage bolt. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bolt in the jaws of my vise. Me running the bolt like that allows me to clamp onto that, raise up just a little bit, and not have to worry about damaging my threads. So now what I'm going to do, take a grinder and shave some width off it. Alright, so what I've done here, you can see I've trimmed two sides off it, and the goal is to stick it in here like that, and then boom, it holds. So it's done what I wanted. It'll hold strong, little modification, everything's great. Alright, so the big camera insists on dying, so I'm just going to show you what I got going on here. I got the bolt lined up. I'm kind of threading it in. At some point, I'm going to have to stop doing that and feed this on. I might be at that point now. Alright, so there's that. So now, yeah, she's secure. Bumperettes are on. Well, I got to put that hubcap back on. But yeah, there now. And yeah, there's a little shiny spot there. Hope it showed up on camera. I kind of can't quite tell. But show y'all probably after this commercial break what exactly I did there. Alright, so I got the old Chevy drug up the driveway, probably about 50-60 feet. And now I'm going to do something I don't think has been done since sometime in the mid to early 1960s. Wash this car. We know that it was last driven 1968-ish. Anecdotal evidence I've seen has heavily suggested 1968, but that could be off. But nonetheless, we know this thing hadn't been washed in a long time, so I'm going to crank up old Honda power washer. Yeah, that's the same one I revived last year when I did the truck for this episode. So anyway, let's turn the water on and get to washing. Alright, it's getting a little dusky, and I don't have my stabilizer out here with me, so I'm going to do the best I can barehanded with the camera, but here we go. I don't think she turned out too bad. I mean, got to consider what I'm working with. But yes, look at that nasty. This is probably one of the nastiest white walls I've ever seen. That turned out decent. I know this side's not lit up near as well, but you still get the idea. White wall's cleaned up. It's not too bad. Definitely got some work to do, but I'm happy to be able to use this car this year for this project. Who knows what I'll use next year. I may not even own that vehicle yet. Alright, so we washed it last night. I let it dry. Even in its dilapidated state, this paint job is not very good. But nonetheless, we're going to try to get some shine out of it. Now, there's some other products on the market that are specifically made for patina shining. Some people clear coat them. There's Poppy's Patina. They got excellent product. Vice Grip Garage sells the Shine Juice, another excellent product. But one problem. I ain't got time to wait for it to ship here. So my solution is high traffic lure wax. This is the stuff that you don't have to burnish all the time. They have another line, same company, that is Wet Look, but you literally have to buff it 3-4 times a week to keep it looking like that. So this is the stuff you don't have to buff a whole lot. And And like I said, the big thing is I'll have to wait for it. Other things, this stuff per ounce, when you compare it to the others, this stuff's cheap. Now, will it work good? I don't know. I did consider using the old school method of shine juice where he had the recipe to make your own. Everything I've read about it, and he's even admitted this since then, is that stuff's sticky. Well, I just didn't want sticky, so this is what we're going to do. I mean, what I gotta lose other than a thing of floor wax. I think I'll also try on that white Dodge truck to see what it does, because I've also heard some of that stuff yellows, which works fine on any vehicle that's not white. Well, that truck's white, so I'm going to try this. See what happens. So anyway, just going to pour a little bit on my rack here. Just start telling motions. I'm just going to take a dry one. I add like the floor buffer would just. Alright, here we go. I've pretty much done the whole car except for this half of the hood and that fender. But you can really see the difference. So far, and that's only one coat, so far, I'm very satisfied with how the floor polish did. Alright, so I put 2 coats of floor wax on the old Chevy. I'm really impressed with how it turned out. I'm hoping this holds up, but I did the process in a separate video, a little more in depth if you want to see that. But anyway, we got it ready now. It's time to go take out front, use it for decoration. My wife's gonna get the truck and help pull it out. I'm gonna steer. Alright, first things first, set up a power station in here. And this year, rather than closing the door on the cord, I'm going to take advantage of the flaws of this car. Such as a giant hole in the floor. Set that like that for the time being. So now, to empty the bag. Ho ho ho! Now, we just gotta figure out how to get all ho 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 to fit in here like we want him to. Actually have a little bit of jack chain. I think this will disappear at nighttime. We'll run it through the hook stuff here. And use a headliner bow. Yeah, I think I can get him somewhere. And yeah, I know that looks a little bit jacked up from this side, but this isn't what faces the road. Come right here. There you go. See how his beard and his hat hide all that rigmarole? Oh, there's a little glare. But yeah, Going down the road. Looks like Santa's behind the wheel. Show y'all this real quick while I'm using my hand to hold the hood up. Got an old school drop light in here I got hanging from whatever that is. But I got a green LED bulb in it, so when this comes on at night, the hole underneath the hood and coming out the grill will be green. You know, kind of like the sewer in Christmas Vacation. Alright, so here we go. This is a side that faces the house, not the street, but I kind of started the lights around. It'll show up much better when it's dark. And you can see we got registered to St. Nick. Correct jurisdiction, the North Pole. So anyway, a few more lights. I'll bring y'all back out here at night. And hopefully we won't have the glare, but I put some packages inside. I might get another thing of those and really pack the inside full of packages. Red lights to simulate brake lights. This doesn't face the road, so I just put a license plate there so there's something. Yeah, I might want to bump them up a little bit, but yeah, I'll see what I can come up with. It'll be interesting to see how my candy canes show up, because I just kind of arranged them around with the packages. Yeah, cat litter bucket. Anyway, yeah, that's what we got. I'm excited to see it at night too.
Ho, 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 ho! Hi there! Old Santa here with a shout out for the good folks over at Two Labs Garage. Santa can't take that big old sleigh and all of those reindeers to do his little running around up to Christmas, so the folks at Two Labs Garage have tricked out a 1948 Chevy Fleetline just for me. You ought to see it. It's the best. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be nice to each other. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho!